our booklet of projects so far, and we are #1 in the nation in bicentennial projects now.
Gee, I
and
hope that
Cascade
Great
County
Falls
is first.
Are they going to fall through on the park?
Oh, thank you very much. We're glad. Oh, stop. All right. Thank you very much, Jenny. And now we'd like to talk with the chairman of the First Ladies' Tea. She is Mrs. Keith Coble, Lou Coble, who and her husband is the executive assistant to Governor Tom Judge. And Lou, I know that you're thrilled about another new dimension this year, and that is promoting volunteerism among our Montana people for the institutions. Would you elaborate on this?
That's true, Norma. First, let me say that when Carol Judge, our First Lady, approached me about coordinating the tea, I was a little bit put off, like most people are, at a big job. And the more we talked about it, the theme and everything that Carol has done kind of lent itself to this tea. And we thought, instead of just being a frivolous social type event, we thought we would give it a new dimension in that we would try to promote volunteer work in the institutions. Now, at the tea, we're going to have entertainment, of course, and displays from all the institutions. We'll have entertainment, the RSVP singers from Helena, who are a senior citizen group and a very entertaining group, are going to perform, and then we are having displays from all the different institutions around the state, particularly in this area, of course, because it's easier to get them. And I'd like to mention a few names. Bob Deming from Great Falls, who is representing, of course, the School for the Deaf and Blind, will have a display. Todd Hubble, the volunteer coordinator from Boulder, will have a display. Mountain View, Warm Springs, and Galen, and the Home for the Aging in Lewistown, too.
There will be spokesmen right there with their displays to answer questions, this type of thing?
Yes. And then also, we kind of have a special thing this year. The Celebrity Jewelry Company that is based in Denver is giving a lot of their seconds and a lot of their jewelry to the institutions, which we're very proud of because they picked our state to do it. Wow. And they're going to have a very nice display, and the ladies from their company have gift wrapped all the jewelry that they're giving, and a lot of it will be used for craft items and not only just decoration.
One of the things, as I understand, you're really urging is representatives of various organizations will be able to take back from this tea and from these displays a lot of key ideas that how their groups, how their members can get involved.
True. Yes, that's very important. In fact, just from the publicity that's been out so far, we have had some people write in already to Mrs. Judge.
All right. Thank you very much, Lou. Certainly the legislative wives are playing a very active part in the success of the First Ladies' Tea. And we'd like to introduce to you now Mrs. Pat McKittrick. Sharon, her husband, is Speaker of the House. And Sharon, tell us how the legislative wives are going to be playing a part in the day.
Well, my duty on the tea, Norma, was to arrange the receiving line. And every year in the receiving line, in addition to Mrs. Judge and Mrs. Christensen, the minority and majority leadership's wives play a role in the receiving line, so I arranged that. Also this year, Mrs. Judge has not sent out the hundreds and hundreds of invitations that she has in the past because of rising costs and postage. And so the legislative wives are trying to take it back to their communities and say all the ladies, all the Montanans are invited, and don't be offended if you've not received an invitation because nobody is. Just a few invitations have gone out, and it's still for everybody in Montana.
You expect any of the legislative leaders themselves will be able to get away for a moment or two and drop in on the tea, or will their time permit that?
It just sort of depends on how the day goes, and your guess is as good as mine.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sharon. Finally, Lou, have we covered everything? Is there anything else you'd like to add? Perhaps you'd like to summarize by running down again the date, the time, and where the governor's mansion is located.
Well, the governor's mansion is located at 2 Carson in Helena, of course, and the time of the tea is 3:30 to 5:30, enabling working women to come. And we just hope that everyone will be interested in coming to the tea.
We're talking about the First Ladies' Tea this year held on Valentine's Day, a very appropriate day following through with Carol Judge's theme of Have a Heart, her personal interest and concern as a nurse, not only as a First Lady, but as a nurse, in the welfare of all those people that are in our state institutions. We do want to thank today our 3 guests who stopped by. We're doing this in the library of the Attorney General's office here in the state capitol. And we've been talking with Mrs. Lou Coble, General Chairman, Mrs. Sharon McKittrick, Head of the Legislative Wives in this year's state legislature, and Mrs. Ginny Broughton, in charge of publicity. And thank you, girls, for being with us today.
Thank you, Norma.
Next Thursday.
Oh, thank you.